Hey guys, I hope everyone is staying safe in this very challenging and dangerous time. The whole coronavirus, COVID-19 is a very serious matter, and it's definitely affected not only a lot of people's health and lives, but economically and business-wise, it's hit big time. A lot of people have lost their jobs, their businesses. Even for myself as a video content producer, it's been very tough trying to, film some stuff for clients. So right now I have a whole bunch of time in my hands, especially being in isolation at home. So over the next week, or a week or two, I'm going to be creating a lot of content and just telling my own story. So the first story I want to tell is why I got into videography. And ever since I was young, I've always been a natural storyteller. I've always been a part of sport, a lot of creative stuff, which is like music, dance, and I've always been the one to try whole bunch of stuff. And I remember when I was in primary school, my mum bought me this disposable point and shoot camera, and I think this was in Nanga Bush Camp, which is out in the bush here in Perth. So anyway, we were out, riding our bikes, exploring, looking at the whole landscapes, and I just picked up the camera and just started taking photos of people, the view, and just like little things like close-ups of like flowers and that. And I came back after that little getaway, and I got the photos all developed, and then my mom looked at the photos and they're like, oh, these are great photos and all, but where are the photos of you? And that was when I thought like, wow, I've always been the type of person to kind of like be behind the camera, document things and just tell stories. So from then on, it just progressed from photos to being in high school. That's when the YouTube game started to pick up. And I was watching a lot of dance videos and a lot of vlogs. And during high school, I remember, buying myself a camera, and I was just messing around, just trying to create these funny random videos of me, like me exploring, me and my boy Arfik. Back in the day, we used to just do random adventures and just take the piss out of like just stupid shit.
Yeah, have you got some daddy driving the car here? What's going on there? It could be worse, a red light game, maybe. Say hello! What up?
But from then, I kind of got the hang of storytelling through the video, and it progressed from then onwards to dance videos, and that's when I actually monetized my craft. I remember my first actual paid video was for Rita Nita, and that got over 1 million views on YouTube, which is insane. Like, I remember how much she asked me how much I charge for a video, and I was just like, in my head I was like, I've never thought about actually charging for this sort of stuff, but I just said $50, and I just took it with my camera. I think I had the Nikon D3100 at the time. So it was just very basic starter kit lens and everything. And from there, I just kind of filmed this dance video and tried to kind of tell a story in the intro. And yeah, I got that sent over to Rita, and then that video got shared on this massive dancehall community YouTube channel, and that's where that blew up. So from then, I started just to practice on my craft, every week creating videos here and there. And then one of my good friends, Mason, he was actually filming weddings at the time. And I was just like, wow, like that's something completely different I've never thought about. So then I remember asking him if I could just shadow him like for free, like help him out. And luckily he said yes. And from then onwards, I was just like, I fell in love with it, because for me, connection is one of my highest values. So being at a wedding, documenting people's special day and connecting with people on a one-on-one level, that's what I've fell in love with. And I think from that point onwards, I found my calling. So it was something that I was passionate about. I could connect with people. It also made money, and I had so much fun doing it. So covering all those bases, I just went all in with this whole thing. And fast forward after that, I went to the States, and I picked up an online photography unit. And that's when I started to learn about actually taking photos, like learning the settings and how to, compose a shot, get the right lighting and all this sort of stuff, all this technical stuff that I never really thought about before. And that propelled me on to using that knowledge and pushing it towards video, and then understanding it from another whole level where like audio is involved as well, and that's like a different level of technical stuff. So from then I went to ECU Mount Lawley. I studied it for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And it got to a point where I really knew what they were already teaching me. So I dropped out and I went all in with the business. And just to let you guys know, during semesters, we had to create 4 films a semester at uni. And me, myself personally, I was creating a film a week, which a semester is 12 weeks. So I was creating 12 videos on the side of 4 actual films at uni. So I was just like, teaching myself, learning about the craft, just putting in the work. And that got to a point where I just knew what they were teaching me. So I was confident enough to be like, yep, cool, I'll take a step away from it. Also at the same time, I was already filming weddings and making money from it. So I knew myself personally that I didn't need to go to uni for this craft. So after that, I was working at Matisse as a bartender, and as you guys know, that shut down. At the start, I was getting heaps of shifts during the summer, and then when winter hit, I got like 1 shift a week, which was I was getting like maybe 3 or 4 hours, which is nothing at all. So I had to make a decision whether to kind of like get another hospitality job or commit to the video business full time. And I just took the leap and I just went all in with the business, and I never looked back. So from then onwards, I started saying yes to a whole bunch of different gigs, which, like for example, events, fashion, music, corporate, weddings. And now I've kind of narrowed that down into what I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about storytelling through human connection. So with this, I've rebranded Marcelo Productions, which is actually going to be towards working with businesses and organizations that help people with, that create a positive impact in the world. And I'm also part of White Label Film Co., which is purely wedding videography. And I'm just using my passion of storytelling to tell other people's special day. So those two combined, I found that like I have so much fun doing that, and that's the niches that I'm trying to target right now. So that's pretty much it. I've been running the business for about 7 years, and it's taken me 7 years to kind of figure out where I want to take my business. Saying yes to a whole bunch of different stuff, and now niching down on like what I actually want in life and business. So now it's a very interesting time in regards to the business, because after the rebrand, I said no to a lot of clients that I would usually say yes to. But now this whole pandemic has completely shifted everything. So now it's like, I have to learn to kind of like pivot and understand like, what am I going to be doing? So I have a whole bunch of time. I'm going to be telling my own story. I hope you guys can keep up with it. So yeah, thanks for watching.